Well, for over 50 years, my next guest has been a hobby trainer driver, and it's the hobby trainer driver that certainly is the backbone of the harness racing industry, providing his 1, 2 or even 3 horses to make sure that we have fields competitive enough to keep the industry rolling along. Philip Wiliis is one of those particular trainer drivers who has enjoyed his role as a hobby trainer driver. I caught up with Phil, who was beaming after the performance of Bentley Bullet. Well, you must be feeling on very good terms with yourself. Phil, after that performance of Bentley Bullet, finished strongly to run second.
Yeah, he went very good, very good.
Just getting a little bit too far back and making up a lot of ground down the straight.
Yeah, he was, yeah. He was just a bit short of a run. He missed out on a run at Goulburn, was called off. He needed the run, but still he went really good.
He seems to enjoy racing here.
Yeah, he likes the big straight and come home.
And Sean Grayling did a fine job. You give those younger drivers, the likes of Ash Hart and Sean, plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, we take the young people and let them have a drive. Usually the horses aren't much good for them, but at least, give them a go.
As I said, Phil, you've always just played around with 1, 2, maybe 3 horses throughout all that period. How did it all start?
Oh, it started a long time ago. Just saw them at the show, how the pacing horses went around, and just took me interest, and I like them. And it all started from there.
Of course, your wife, Kay, her family have been involved in horses before.
Yeah, they've had horses before. Yeah, so that's continued on now.
And the success rate was pretty strong until a few years ago when you had a bad fall at Bulleye.
Yeah, I had a bad fall at Bulleye. Put me right out of business. I thought that was the end of everything. Never happen again.
Some people can't remember when they've had the fall, but you can remember exactly to the day because it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, yeah. So we don't like that day anymore.
How long ago was that, Phil?
That'd be 23 years ago. Yeah.
Did you miss driving?
Yes and no. Like when you get a bit older, you don't bounce like you used to. So that's, plus my foot. If I damage that again, well, I'm history.
So when you got your interest sparked in harness racing, who in particular helped you get involved and taught you the lessons of what to expect?
Well, I don't know. I just sort of pick up a bit off everybody. There was no real person that showed me. I just took it up, and you learn what you can where you can.
You had a pretty good neighbour when you were living in this particular region, Jimmy Caffin.
Yeah, Jimmy Caffin lived across the road, and Barry Martin was only a couple of doors down. And I had one horse before we built the house and the stables. I had a horse stable with Barry down at his place, so I suppose you could say that he taught me a bit.
What a change this particular region has become, Phil, since you started out.
Yeah, it's changed a hell of a lot. When we first came here, we were on the old Menangle track, with a wooden running rail on the inside, and, things were pretty tough then. But it's progressed very, very good. Now, the track they got now, well, if horses can't go on that, well, they can't go at all.
And gone are those days where you used to just wander off between here and Narelle and shooting rabbits with all the housing developments now?
Yeah. Used to go rabbiting around here everywhere, every weekend, because you never had time during the week. Yeah.
Bentley Bullet, Philly's been a very productive horse for you.
Yeah, he's been a good little horse. Kay's cousin bred him, John Cranston. His father he had some real good horses back at Harold Park days. So, so John sent the horse down to us, and we started mucking around him. He's got a lot of problems. So, he's gone a long way, really.
Incorruptible was another good horse, and he provided you with a very nice 70th birthday present.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he won at Menangle here. He was only an old scrubber, but he was good to us.
You've got a couple of very interesting well-bred youngsters on the books at the moment. 1x4 Reason, 1 by Bling It On.
Yeah. 1x4 Reason, she's had a bit of a backward step when she was born. She was walking on a fetlocks in front, for about a couple of months. And I didn't think she'd be any good, but she's coming good now, so I think she's 4 now. And I've just finished and broken her in, and the other one's only yearling, so it'll be broken in next, and see how things go. That might see me out.
It's always exciting, Phil, the great uncertainty of racing, to have horses like that coming on the scene.
Yeah. Well, usually we've only had old tried horses, but these young ones, they'll be a bit of a start for us right from the start.
Apart from harness racing, Phil, all these years, what type of employment?
Well, I was a fitter and machinist by trade, so I did my trade for a few years, and then I went and worked contracting work for the army, putting work out for the army, get repaired and that. That took me right through. I was there for about 32 years, I think.
Tough work combining work and harness horses.
Yeah, I used to come down to Menangle here, walk down the road in the dark. My wife would come down, we'd take the rug off the horse, I'd go on the track in the dark, work it around, back home again. She'd look after it, I'd go and have my shower and off to work.
The role of a hobby trainer driver.
Yeah, most mornings used to start about 4.
I bet you don't miss it in this kind of weather.
Sure, yeah, don't miss it now, that's for sure.
Well, Phil, congratulations on the effort of Bentley Bull. Hopefully he can fire for you very shortly and greet the judge once again at Menangle.
Yeah, thank you very much.